And it looked like the Indiana Fever front office is in serious trouble for revealing some major information. Guys, how come I'm not seeing no scouts, bro? Where the scouting department? Do they even have a scouting department? You mean to tell me, as I look through this thing right here, y'all done made all the well, y'all done made, hold on. You lied to me.
Herb Simon believed he could piece together a championship team and let success take care of itself. But instead, the Fever are stuck with empty promises, questionable moves, and no real winning culture. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the brightest star and face of the WNBA, is left watching the cracks within the organization grow even wider.
This is the team that has blown double-digit leads all season long. We just lost to the goddamn Washington Mystics. Terrible, man. That is a bad basketball team. They got two young, rising stars. They're rookies. We got dominated by Sonia Citron and Kiki Ariafin. They was just taking math class and sociology and chemistry 3 months ago. And they came out there and dominated us.
Fans are paying top dollar just to witness Caitlin Clark's brilliance. But the roster around her is nowhere close to matching the level she requires to truly compete. The much-hyped Caitlin Clark effect is real. Yet under Herb Simon's ownership, the Fever's management continues to show troubling signs of neglect and poor direction.
I mean, the bottom line, though, is Caitlin Clark is missing, and that is showing, and I think everybody is missing her, including myself. She has carved out this really big niche in the WNBA. A lot of fans have come to see her, and she unfortunately has just been plagued with injury after injury, and the Indiana Fever have had to try to tread water or keep afloat, and fans are trying not to lose hope until and if she returns, because Caitlin Clark is the reason that a lot of people, myself included, are just so drawn to the WNBA, so drawn to her play style. And I gotta say, I really feel for the rest of the team.
Herb Simon has fallen back into his old habits, leaving the Indiana Fever operating under a figure-it-out-yourselves approach. He barely opens the checkbook, yet the arena still sells out as profits roll in. On the other side of this ownership style, which feels more like monopoly money than a real investment, sits a franchise expecting its brightest star to carry the entire organization on her shoulders. The harsh reality, she can't do it alone.
Are in the process of building a $78 million practice facility. The Indiana Fever consistently draw over 16,000 fans to their home games. The Indiana Fever, amongst the top franchises in the league when it comes to merchandise sales. The Indiana Fever, now you know, marketing campaign. Kelly Krauskopf saying she wants to be the Apple of the WNBA. You would think, after all of these accolades, after all of the speculation, after all of the now you know, you'd think that we'd have a scouting department, right?
Herb Simon entered the Caitlin Clark era acting as if instant success was guaranteed, only to expose how much he'd pulled back on the very investment needed to build a contender. Instead of capitalizing on golden opportunities, the Fever wasted them. They could have built a top-tier scouting department, brought in elite coaching, and surrounded Clark with proven championship-level talent. Instead, they settled for shortcuts and guesswork, hoping luck alone would piece together a winning roster.
You lied to me. I think they merchandise sales was up 300%. Y'all done made all them millions off CC Effect. And y'all ain't hired no damn scouts. Caitlin's in deep trouble. Oh, it's looking real spooky. You mean to tell me y'all done made all the millions, bro? Sold all them damn jerseys, and y'all do not have a scouting department? What the fuck? You mean to tell me? Hold on. Are you serious?
Herb Simon was quick to invest in practice facilities, but overlooked the human infrastructure essential for identifying real talent. Some executives seemed unaware of who they were even bringing in, standing outside agent meetings like bystanders at a basketball festival, hoping competent decisions would somehow echo through the walls.
This Lambert chick, man. You always picking up these randoms, dog. Like they going to Walmart. Hey, yo, can you play? Alright. I got you. Go on the team. Like, come on, man. I'm sick of these players. We're at the point where you just need a body. But I just hope she puts a better performance than Sims did, because Sims was god-awful. Sims looked like she never played basketball before. She was horrible. Somehow we have Turner on the team. I don't get it. But yeah, this new player, I looked her up. I averaged 6.8 in college. Not impressive, man. I think she's just a body.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe. As for the Fever's scouting department, well, if you dropped off a resume in their office, the echo would probably be louder than the response. The copy machine in accounting sounds more like a war room by comparison. This isn't a scouting, it's a suggestion box dressed up as one. While other franchises run with structure and purpose, Indiana is left borrowing scraps of competence. That's not just negligence, it's organizational malpractice. Herb Simon has turned into a cultural liability, and the WNBA might as well be paying him hazard duty for letting his franchise's potential wither on his watch. Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham is left wondering why she's glued to the bench when her experience and energy are exactly what the team needs on the floor.
We lost by 1 point to them. The third quarter, they went on a 19-0 run. You hear me? Which put them up by 12. By the fourth quarter, they was up by 12 points. That's ridiculous. And then let me say this. What sense does it make for Stephanie Jigsaw White to take out Lexi and Sophie at the same time? You hear me? At the same time. Her rotations don't make no sense to me. And if it don't make sense to me, that allows me to think otherwise. She is fixing these games. The organization is in on it too as well. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, like I said, they just dragging us along to keep making money. Caitlin Clark, aka my precious CC, she ain't coming back this season.
Sophie gets starting minutes here and there, usually buried in the middle of questionable rotations that highlight the Fever's dysfunction. But here's where it becomes truly alarming. Caitlin Clark goes down with an injury, and suddenly the entire operation is exposed. The player who single-handedly made this franchise relevant, generated $78 million in attention, sold out arenas, and turned the WNBA into must-watch TV, is sidelined, and everything collapses. Not because Clark wasn't brilliant, not because the fans weren't loyal, but because Herb Simon and his management team built a Ferrari engine without installing brakes, steering, or a transmission.
You think that we'd have some bodies that sole job, the sole purpose, their sole designation within this franchise is just to sit in a dark room watching hours and hours and hours of film of players overseas. You'd think at least that's what Apple would probably do, right? If Apple was running the Indiana Fever, they'd probably invest in something like that.
When Caitlin Clark went down with her groin injury, it wasn't just another setback, it was her third injury of the season, and each one has been a painful reminder that this franchise has no plan B. The Fever went from looking like potential contenders to scrambling for short-term contracts with players they hadn't even scouted. Kira Lambert was signed to a DO, and head coach Stephanie White openly admitted she didn't know much about the player they'd just brought in. That's not roster management, that's fantasy basketball with real consequences. Meanwhile, veterans like Sophie Cunningham are left watching from the bench as valuable minutes slip away, even when her defense and clutch shooting are exactly what the team needs in crunch time. Instead of stability, rotations are being thrown together on the fly, and the result is blown leads in critical fourth quarters. And then there's the elephant in the room, Brianna Turner. She was signed to help with scouting and player evaluation. But here's the twist. The Fever don't even have a real scouting department. Instead, they're asking an active player to do a job that should belong to professional scouts. That's the equivalent of asking your Uber driver to perform surgery, simply because you didn't want to hire a real doctor.
Right, it's all the above. It's seeing film, watching clips, talking to contacts and connections. Bree and especially has been super helpful in this. She's got a lot of contacts overseas who have seen Kyra, for example, play a lot overseas. Teammates that she's had that are over there that played with her.
Now, it was at that moment right there, everybody antennas went off. She said Bree Turner actually discovered Kyra Lambert. Hold up, wait a minute. How the hell do Bree Turner discover a player? She's no scout. She's no recruiter. How the hell? She's supposed to be focusing on the season of bad she playing. I got Bree Turner scouting players.
I think that this Indiana Fever team taking Caitlin Clark serious taking the window that they have with Caitlin Clark as serious as they possibly can. You'd think that they would invest in some overseas scouting, right? Right. It seems as if the overseas scouting department, some YouTube highlights, some clips, and a couple phone calls with a person on the other end saying, "Trust me, bro, trust me." Hey, is she good? Trust me, bro, trust me, she's good. Oh, that's all I needed to see here. Is she good? Trust me, bro, trust me, she's...
So, Indiana Fever signs another strawberry shortcake. Lambert, her name is Kyra Lambert. She had previous experience playing at Greece. Last time she played college 2001, so she's a little older. Where do we get these randoms from, man? Like, come on. 5'9", strawberry shortcake. So we get another shortcake. Sims and her about the same height. Dude, they love some shorties, man. Like, we need to get some taller players, man. At least 5'10" and above.
Stephanie White, you are supposed to be a defensive coach. We gave away almost 90 points to a team that is like 11th in the league in scoring. It's only like 13 teams. It ain't even that many teams. And they are at the bottom of the league in offense, and we let them come out there and do whatever they wanted offensively. Sonia Citron dominated our wing players. This is embarrassing. Kelsey Mitchell is not a clutch player. When the game is on the line, bro, she just gagged a wide open layup to cut the lead to 1. When the money is on the line in clutch time, you cannot rely on Kelsey Mitchell. This is embarrassing, man.